All right, welcome to your topic 4 review. This is page 3. We're going to continue to factor. And this is factoring where you have a trinomial and a is equal to 1. Okay? All right. Number 19. Make sure they're in order from highest to lowest. 2, 1, and a number. 2 sets of parentheses. Okay? So I'm going to go a little faster this time. Factors of x squared is x and x. 1 times 2 is positive 2. And I want it to add to give me 3x. So, see how that's add? You see how this is positive? So they both have to be positive, okay? So what two numbers multiply to give you 2? 1 and 2. So plus 1 plus 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. You see how they both are positive. Number 20. 2 sets of parentheses. X and x. Positive 5. So I'm going to add 2 numbers, and I'm going to get negative 6x. So since I'm adding, and you see this is minus, so both of these sign has to be a minus. So what 2 numbers multiply to give you 5, but add to give you 6, negative 1 and negative 5. Negative 1 times negative 5 is 5. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. 2 purposes. Number 21. This is the same as x squared plus 0x minus 25 equal to 0. Okay? 2 sets of parentheses. X and x. Negative 25. That means I'm going to subtract. And when I subtract, I will have a positive and a negative. And I want them to subtract to give me 0. So what are those 2 numbers? Well, you got 1 and 25, 5 and 5. 5 are the only 2. 1 has to be plus, 1 has to be minus. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. 5 minus 5 is 0. Dual purpose. Okay. 22. 2 sets of parentheses. X and x. Positive 20. Okay, so they're both, I'm going to add. So they both have to be positive because this right here is positive. So what are some numbers that multiply to give you 20? 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. So which one of those add to give you 9? 4 and 5. And they both have to be plus. Number 23. There's a 1 here. 2 sets of parentheses. X and x. 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. So I'm going to subtract, and when you subtract, you have 1 plus, 1 minus, and you want it to get you negative 1x. So what are some numbers that multiply to give you 6? 1, 6, 2, 3, and then you have 3, 2. So you stop right there. So which one subtracts to give you negative 1? 2 and 3. Now, you see how this is minus? So the bigger one's minus, and the smaller one is positive. It goes by whatever that sign is. And there you have your factoring. Okay. Number 24. There's a 1 here too. 2 sets of parentheses. X and x. Negative 2. So I'm going to subtract. And when I subtract, I have 1 plus and 1 minus. And I wanted to subtract to give you negative 1x. So what 2 numbers multiply to give you 2? 1 and 2. Notice how this is minus. So the big one's minus, the smaller one is positive. And there you have your solution for number 19 through 24. Okay? All right. Now we're going to go to factoring each completely. This is called your greatest common factor. Sometimes you see it as GCD, GCF, HCD. Same thing. Okay? All right. Now you can do this for your on a calculator if you have a binomial. If you don't, you cannot do this on a calculator. All right. So let me show you guys a few things. Count your terms. 1, 2. So I'm going to hit math. Right click to number. Go down to number 9. You see how it says GCD? 3, 5. Now here's your equal sign, your comma sign right here, right above a 7, comma 63. So it's the highest number that goes into both of those. 7. Remember, factoring is opposite of multiplying. So I'm going to take out 7 from each one of these. This one has 2b, and this one doesn't have any b, so I'm not going to take that out. So I'm going to factor out, this is your greatest common factor. So 7 I'm going to take out, and what's left goes right here. So this is what's left. Okay? So, let's see what you have left. 35 divided by 7 is 5b squared. Positive 63 divided by 7 is positive 9. So there's your solution for this one. Okay. Number 26. What do these two have in common? The greatest number they have in common is a 7. So you're going to take out a 7 from each one. When you take out a 7, what do you have left? 2r squared minus 3. You see how there's nothing in common? Okay. Number 27. What do those two have in common? Well, let's go to math. Right click. 9, 32, 24. Okay. The highest number they have in common is an 8. So I'm going to divide each of these by 8, and this one only has one n. Factor out your 8. 32n divided by 8 is 4n. Negative 24 divided by 8 is negative 3. And in the last problem, in the page 1, you guys were multiplying, and now you're factoring. That's opposite. Okay? All right, number 27. Now, if you notice, you can't do that with 3 terms. You can only do it with 2. So what I want you to do is find your smallest number. And that smallest number right here is a 27. So I have 3 terms. Okay? Use your calculator to be your friend. So let's take a look. Let me clear that. So, y equal 27 divided by x. Go to second table. Start where it says error. So you got 1, 27, 3, and 9. And I'm going to scroll down until I see a repeat. 9 and 3. So I'm going to stop right there. Okay? Take a look. Start with your highest number. 27. 27 divided by 27 is 81. See how that works? You want a whole number. 81 divided by 27 is a whole number. 36 divided by 27 is a fraction. So 27 is not the highest number. Next number is 9. Next highest number is a 9. So clear it so you don't mess up. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 81 divided by 9 is 9. 36 divided by 9 is 4. Okay, so they all work. So the greatest number that goes into all of these are 9. Now, you have 1a, 2b, 2b, and 1a. Do they all have an a in common? No. Do they all have a b in common? No, so you're not going to factor them. So I have 9 as my greatest common factor, and see what I have left. 27 divided by 9 is 3ab squared. Negative 81 divided by 9 is negative 9b squared. 36 divided by 9 is positive 4a. So there's your solution for greatest common factor. Okay? You're not going to do anything crazy other than that. All right, let's look at number, my apologies, let me put that back. Let me look at number 29. You guys ready for 29? If I can make this a little bit bigger. All right, 29. Alrighty, let's see what they have in common. The lowest number I see is a 24. 1, 2, 3. So what number divides to give you 24? 24 divided by x, second table, starting with the word error. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6, and then 6 and 4. So I'll stop right there. Okay? Starting with 24. Clear? 27 divided by 24 is not a whole number. Try 12. 27 divided by 12. Not a whole number. Knock it off. Try 8. 27 divided by 8. Doesn't either. How about 6? 27 divided by 6. Nope. It's just trial and error. How about 4? 27 divided by 4? Nope. 3. 27 divided by 3? There's a 9. 24 divided by 3? There's an 8. 24 divided by 30? I'm sorry. 30 divided by 3? Yes. It's 10. Okay. So the greatest number that goes through all these is 3. So I'm going to take out a 3. 7 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 y's, by the way. 3 y's. 1, 2, 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 2 y's. All right. So let's see how many x's they have in common. By the way, you don't have to do this. I was just showing you if you didn't know how to do it. The lowest x I see is 6. There's 6. There's 6 right there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. Okay? Look at your y's. What's the maximum they have in common? I see a 2, I got a 2, and I got a 2. Alrighty. So I have 6 x's, y squared. 6 x's, y squared. 6 x's, y squared. So, what is the greatest common factor? 3x6, y squared. Let's go see what they have left. 27 divided by 3 is 9. I have 1 x left, no y. Okay? See that? 24 divided by 3 is positive 8. No x left, 1 y. See how they don't have that in common? 30 divided by 3 is positive 10 with 6x left and no y. So there you have your solution. Okay? Number 30. All right. This time you have 3 terms. Let's see what 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do they have any? The smallest numbers are 2. Factors of 2 is 1 and 2. 2 does go into 2, but it's not going 3. So the only one they have left is a 1. So you don't have to do anything there. You got 3 x's, 4 y, 3 x's, 2 y, 1 x and a y and none. So what do they have in common? The only thing they have in common is just a 1. So your final solution is, that is your final solution. Negative 2x cubed, y to the 4th plus 3x cubed, y squared plus 2xy plus 9. Okay. Number 31. 2 things, 2 terms. Let's see what they have in common. I can do the math, right click, number 9, 16, 24. What do they have in common? The greatest number they have in common is 8. Okay. You got 2x, 4x, and a y. So what do they have in common? They got 2 x's in common. So x squared, x squared. So your greatest common factor is 8x squared. Let's see what you have left. 16 divided by 8 leaves you 2. No x's left. 24 divided by 8 leaves you 3. 2x left and a y. So 3x squared plus a y. Number 32. 3 terms. Okay? Let's see what they have in common. So your smallest numbers are 12. Factors of 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, and that's it. Try 12 first. Let me clear, because I like to start my calculator brand fresh. 40 divided by 12. Nope. 40 divided by 6. Nope. Okay. 40 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4. Yep, so the greatest number that goes into all of these is 4. Okay? X and a y, 2 x's and an x. So how many x they have in common? 1. Okay? So your greatest common factor is 4x. 40 divided by 4 is 10 with 1 y left over. 16 divided by 4 is positive 4 with 1 x left over. 12 divided by 4 is 3, no x left over. So there's your final solution. Okay? Number 33. 1, 2, 3. So 15. Numbers that multiply to give you 15 is 1 and 15, 3 and 5. And that's pretty much it. All right. So I'm going to start with 15. Clear. 15 divided by 18. Oops. Backward. 18 divided by 15. Nope. Let's try 5. Negative 18 divided by 5. Nope. Clear. Negative 18 divided by 3. That is not it. Okay. Works. 27 divided by 3. 9. Negative 15 divided by 3. Negative 5. So the greatest number that goes into all of this is 3. I got 3 n's and 1 n and no n, so I don't have any n in common. So the greatest common factor is the 3. Negative 18 divided by 3 is negative 6 n to the third. Positive 27 divided by 3 is positive 9 n. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. So there you have your solution. Number 34. Smallest numbers is 16. Numbers that multiply to give you 16. 1 is 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. See how that's a double? You can stop right there. All right, let's try 16 first. Clear. Negative 40 divided by 16. Oh. Negative 40 divided by 8. Huh. 16 divided by 8. Okay. Negative 80 divided by 8. So the greatest number that goes into all of this is 8. All right. Now, what do they have in common? Just 8. So when you factor out 8, you can even do negative 8 if you want. Let's do negative 8, just to show you that. But you could do positive. It doesn't really matter. Okay? Negative 40 divided by negative 8 is positive 5b squared. Negative 16 divided by negative 8 is negative 2b. Negative 80 divided by 8 is positive 10. All right? Now, if you had factor out an 8, your answer will look like this. Negative 5b squared plus 2b minus 10. See how the sign changes just because you took out a different number. I prefer this one, but I will not count that one wrong. And there you have page 3.